Hello viewers and welcome to the latest episode of The Huddle. Tim Poole here, editor of Gambling Insider and Gaming America. I'm with Harald Neumann, Ainsworth CEO. Harald, thanks for joining us.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
You are a very experienced CEO. You have a lot of experience from Europe as well, especially at Novomatic. What's it been like for you moving from Europe to the US, and what have you learned from that process?
So first of all, the markets are completely different. What I learned, Novomatic was my first job in the gaming industry, and I was lucky to work quite close with the owner and founder of Novomatic, Professor Graf. And what I copied from him is the dedication to this industry. When he was landing at 10 p.m. at any airport on the way to the hotel, he was visiting arcades. And this is basically when you are a CEO of a gaming company. I play games, I go to the casinos, I also force my people that they are doing the same. If we are launching a game, I play the game for hours just to get a feeling. So I think this is what I learned from, this is more a personal skill from him, which I believe you have to have it, otherwise you cannot manage such a company.
Sure, absolutely. You said there's big differences between the US and Europe. Just how vast are those differences, and where are the main differences? Where do they lie?
The first difference is Europe is a limited payout machine market. You have a lot of limitations. In Spain, you have 20 different jurisdictions with 20 different gaming rules. You have a neighborhood market. You have basically thousands of arcades with 10 to 20 machines. When I explain a taxi driver in Las Vegas the difference, I say, look, in one casino of Las Vegas there are more machines than in Austria. Because a typical casino in Austria is 100, 150 machines. And of course the competitive situation. You have much more competition in US than in Europe. So everything is different.
Very nice segue into my next question. I was going to ask, slots-wise, at the moment here at your stand, we're surrounded by some very beautiful slot machines. When it comes to the landscape of the market in the US, how do you assess that landscape, and also Ainsworth's position within that landscape?
Also, what I mentioned before, the competition you had. So first of all, the US market is a great market. Maybe Europe has more machines, but the innovation is taking place here. For example, you had last year quite often more than 7 companies under the top 25. So you see the competitive situation is really incredible. You have always newcomers like last year Sega Sammy and Blueberry. So this is challenging for us, but I would say you are growing only if you are challenged. So this is, for me, the market is really great, and we are in a good position. It's not where I want to be at the end, but we are improving year by year.
Sure. So on that basis, do you welcome innovation, even if it's from a competitor?
Yes, I think you always have to look what is new and try to adapt it. When you look at the hold and spin feature or the bot, everybody's using hold and spin, and everybody's using 3 bots, and now there are coming 5 bots. So it's always important that you see what the others are doing.
We're here at IGA at 2025, and so obviously a tribal-oriented show. When it comes to tribal gaming, first off, what's different working with a tribal operator to a commercial operator? The key differences, and also what are your aspirations and aims when working with tribal casinos?
That's quite interesting. I don't know. I would say approximately 7-8 years ago, I met Ernie, the chairman of the Indian Gaming Association, and he told me about the story, how everything began. When the tribes become the licenses for casino operations and so on. And what I really like with the tribes, it's a family business. All of them are involved in the business. They spend the money for the community. They are providing health service, universities, and everything. And this you have the feeling when you work together with them. There is more heart blood in the business. And this is what I like.
Oh, fantastic. If we're to look at tribal gaming, but also the US as a whole and globally, where do you see the biggest sources of growth for Ainsworth this year?
low denomination. Also Ainsworth is well known, and we have 6 or 7 games out on the top 25 in Eilers report in the high denomination. But 70% of the market is low denomination, and you see most of the games we are showing are low denomination games. We had the first success last year with Sanfar in Triple Draw, and this is the area where I want to grow.
Absolutely. I want to ask you about Latin America as well. You have your A-Zone product there, and there's a lot of kind of Ainsworth products in casinos in Argentina, for example, in Buenos Aires. Obviously, with Brazil regulating online, which is slightly different, but Latin America at the moment, a real area of hot growth and most discussed region really in the industry. What are your aspirations there, and what do you make of the market at the moment, or markets?
In LATAM or in Brazil? What?
LATAM generally, yes.
So LATAM for us is a great market. Also we have, I would say we are under the top 3 regarding market share. My former company Novomatic is also in the same area. It's also an interesting market because some of the games which are not working in the US are working very well in Latin America, like Extension Link, for example. Yeah? And it's a growing market. It's not easy because of all the political changes and partially the currency problems you have there. So when I take Argentina, or last year we had to wait 6 months for import permissions for Mexico. But for us, I would say it's US is number 1, and then LATAM and Australia, they are the same for us. And what we are doing now is we are going via our LATAM connections. We are going now to Europe via Spain. We have a cooperation with Arrhenius in Spain, and I hope that we will also sell quite soon and a good number of games.
You mentioned Australia as well. How is that market for you at the moment? Because generally speaking, I think it's looking like quite a stable market, but maybe there might be more growth in areas like Latin America, for example.
I would say that Latin America is growing more. Australia has currently all these issues in the casino market, which is a little bit hitting the industry. The competitive situation in Australia is quite easy. You have 5 players, that's it. Yeah? And we are doing quite well. Yesterday I got the performance report of the first quarter, and we are leading in all. First time for a long time that we are beating Aristocrat and Light & Wonder regarding performance. So it's an interesting market for us, and it's our home market. Yeah? Ainsworth was founded in Australia by Len Ainsworth, so it's a good market for us.
I should say I used the word stable. I meant perhaps flat growth. Stable, as you say, with the issues with some of the casinos, probably not quite the right word there for me. Generally speaking, and maybe perhaps looking back at the US as well, you mentioned low denomination for Ainsworth earlier, but in terms of the biggest trends on the casino floor at the moment, is there anything else that's standing out to you?
I would say it's still the same: performance. What is interesting when you visit the casinos, they prefer now, let's say, smaller, new companies like us, because they don't want to be dependent on 2 or 3 suppliers. Yeah, so this is a positive trend for us, but at the end of the day, performance is what drives the business.
And following on from that, as a final question, what plans and goals do you have for Q2 and for the rest of 2025 as well?
Selling. No, at the end of the day, number 1, because this comes before selling, is developing the right games. We have a lot of games in our pipeline. Some of them we are showing here, some of them we will show at G2E. But at the end of the day, I want to come. We have currently 2.5% ship share. I want to come to 4%. So that's the objective. That's why I say selling.
Absolutely. Well, best of luck with the selling, and always great to hear a kind of tangible target as well. That's really helpful. But Harald, thanks very much for your time, and enjoy speaking with you.
It was a pleasure. Thank you. Thanks.